In the mid-1960s, in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, an otherworldly humanoid creature was spotted. Its presence caused a frenzy of speculation in the small town. No, I'm not speaking of another creature that Point Pleasant is known for. Tonight, I will tell you the thinly veiled tale of Indrid Cold. On Wednesday, November 2nd, 1966, an Appalachian sewing machine salesman named Woodrow Derenberger was returning home from Marietta, Ohio to Mineral Wells, West Virginia. At about 7:30 p.m., while driving through Parksburg on Route 77, he saw something strange. An unidentified vehicle landed in front of his truck. He described it as resembling
an old-fashioned kerosene lamp chimney flaring at both ends, narrowing down to a small neck and then enlarging in a great bulge in the center.
From the vehicle emerged what appeared to be a smiling man. He looked perfectly natural, with slicked back black hair and a reflective blue coat. He approached the window and spoke to Woodrow without his smiling mouth ever moving. Telepathically, he told Woodrow to roll down the window so they could speak. He called himself Indrid Cold, and he said he meant no harm. Woodrow said of the encounter,
I was very frightened, and as far as I can understand, this was all mental. There were not spoken words from him. I knew what he was asking, but yet he stood there and his mouth did not move. He had a smile on his face. He appeared very courteous and friendly.
Their conversation lasted about 10 minutes. Cold told him,
We eat, we breathe, we sleep, we bleed even as you do. We will see you again.
Then he returned to his craft. Woodrow reported his experience to the police. Around the same time in Point Pleasant, the Lilly family was experiencing what they described as poltergeist activity. They described seeing diamond-shaped lights. Their daughter Linda reported seeing something that should seem a little familiar by now.
It was a man, a big man, very broad. I couldn't see his face very well, but I could see that he was grinning at me. He walked around the bed and stood right over me. I screamed again and hid under the covers. When I looked again, he was gone.
What followed these experiences was a media frenzy similar to another media storm that took place in the area around the same time about another creature. But that's a story for another day. Thank you so much for joining me on this mini trip under the veil. If you enjoy horrifying things like this, please make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to know when the next journey is about to begin. If you want to aid me in my efforts to keep YouTube creepy, please check out the description for a link to my Patreon. Thank you so much, friends. Good night. If you are a lover of all things spooky, or you just like Under the Veil, good news, we have our own merchandise shop. Everything you see is original art that was commissioned for this channel and has been featured on the channel in one way or another. If you like what you see, a link to the shop will be in the description. It's a great way to show your spooky side and to support this channel. Again, thank you so much. Good night.